Welcome to the first video in our web dev series, Intro to Website Development by App Dev League. I'm your teacher Shafeen and I'm a 10th grader at Saratoga High. Today we will be going over what web dev is, the differences between front-end and back-end, how to create websites, and what HTML, CSS, and JavaScript are. Web dev is the creation of websites through software. Many of the websites you see every day are coded, and even website builders like Wix are created through code. So examples like Instagram or Gmail and our own website is all created through code, and that's why web dev is super important to know. Front end is what you see when you view a website. This includes buttons, tabs, images, views, and more. There are many different frameworks and languages you can use to create the front end, but we'll be using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript in our videos because they are universal and the most basic. Backend is what you're unable to see when viewing a website, however, is super important to how a website works. Examples of this would be getting info from forums, blogs, and uploading or downloading files and then storing them in databases. However, the majority of our videos will be focused on front end because backend can get very complicated very quickly. In order to create websites, you need to use HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Combining these languages, you can create very advanced websites, and each language has its specific purpose. HTML, which stands for Hypertext Markup Language, is the foundation of web dev and is where all of the front end is coded. All formatting, text, images, numbers, videos, and more are written in the HTML. CSS, or Cascading Style Sheets, is how the HTML is styled. You can use CSS to adjust the positioning, color, and size, or anything else of the HTML elements. And lastly, JavaScript can help with creating websites as well. Although it is not necessary, you can use JavaScript to add a lot of cool functionality. For example, the animation you see at the bottom of the slide was created through JavaScript. And you can also use JavaScript to track statistics for your website and many other features. To review the content, web dev is the creation of websites. Front-end dev is what you're able to see, and back-end is what goes on in the background. HTML is where you write all the content, and CSS is how you style it. And although JavaScript isn't necessary, you can still add a lot of extra functionality. Thanks for listening.